After spending more than a decade on the run in the Middle East, a former Southern University professor will soon be in federal prison. NBC Local 33's Ariel Salk has the details of the federal criminal investigation that began years ago.
Former Southern University professor Parviz Sharafrazi will spend the next 2 years in a federal prison.
It was a real calculated scheme.
He was convicted for mail fraud and money laundering after taking nearly $150,000 from Southern University back in 2008. But he didn't pull off this elaborate scheme on his own.
Mr. Sharafrazi was an engineering professor, and he partnered with a co-defendant who was employed as an IT director. They just put their heads together and created a bunch of fake invoices for fake companies and delivered fake equipment, and they got paid for it.
His co-defendant, Scott Woodall, did his time years ago.
I do remember when his co-defendant was pled guilty and was sentenced all the way back in 2011. So this, he did his time.
But unlike Woodall, Sharafrazi fled the country.
Mr. Sharafrazi went overseas and lived in Iran for about a decade and lived in Turkey for a little while, and then finally, I think, decided that it was time to come home and face the music.
Sharafrazi has been found guilty by a U.S. district judge and is ordered to turn himself into a federal prison by September 6.
Justice sometimes turns very slowly, but it does indeed turn.
Ariel Salk, NBC Local 33 News.